On this episode of Inside Line, we're going to convert a JK into a Gladiator. Well, sort of. All right, hey everybody. My name is Ali Mansour. I am the senior off-road editor here at Driving Line, and across from me, socially distanced, appropriately,
6 foot,
we have Chris Durham, the owner of Chris Durham Motorsports. Now, I am here in Pickens, South Carolina for a very cool reason. Behind me, we got a Hellcat-powered JK. That's awesome, but it looks like every other JK. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's got 37-inch Nitto trail grapplers on it. It's got a nice lift, but Chris, it looks pretty common, so how are we going to fix that today?
The way it is now, you can actually lose it in the parking lot because it's white and it blends in, it matches every other JK there is. So today we're going to do a Gladiator conversion, retro style, and you cannot lose it. It will stand out anywhere you go.
So tell me about this Gladiator conversion. If you don't know, what's a Gladiator? And no, we're not talking about the brand new 2020 Jeep truck. What is a Gladiator? Why is it the Gladiator conversion?
So 63 to 72, Jeep made the Gladiator Jeep truck Wagoneer, and they did away with it. Well, now I took the same styling, narrowed it up, made a conversion for the JK. So now you have the retro look of the 60s and 70s on your modern 2007 and present. So now you can actually have the old look with all your modern comforts and ride.
How do people get them? How do people get them installed? Like, what do they do if they want to make theirs look like this?
So the easiest thing is cdmracing.com, and you can choose the options you want. It's all broke down in options. So if you hit a tree on the trail or a pole in the parking lot, you can buy a flare by itself. You can buy the header panel by itself, individual components. The biggest thing is it is easy to install. That was the worst part, was making the kit actual physical bolt on. There is very few modifications. You can actually go from a complete installed Gladiator back to a JK in about 45 minutes when it's all said and done. So there's only a couple minor modifications that has to be done for the whole kit. Other than that, it's bolt together. It's literally a bolt together kit.
So if somebody really wanted to, they could totally do this in their driveway. Now, I know there's probably going to be some adjustments, and that's, I guess, why you recommend a body shop for that fine tuning, because this stuff is going to come unpainted.
That's correct. There is some fine lines. If you want your body lines to be perfect, there is some trimming and basically fine lining, we'll call it, that a body shop does on anything. You have to trim it out, you have to paint it, you have to prep it. Other than that, you can actually bolt the kit on yourself in your driveway. All you need is a few hand tools, a drill, and you're good to go. That's
pretty fantastic. Now, obviously this has got a big V8 swap. Is there anything, if you are a V8 Jeep owner, that you need to be aware of? Or is this thing for any engine, any powertrain, does it matter? So far, I've only found a couple of issues. And I'll say this because this has a Hellcat. There's an issue with a spacer that the Hemi conversion uses in behind the radiator support to clear the AC compressor to the radiator or to the fan. That spacer does move the bottom of it forward a little bit, so there is some issues that has to be removed and trim the fan or something of that. I only know that on a Hemi conversion. Okay. Not all Hemi conversions, just some of them. Depends on the company that sells the conversion. LS conversion, 3.6, 3.8, supercharger, all that fits, no problems. That's awesome. The biggest thing about the kit is I incorporated a cowl induction style hood on it. So there's a 2-inch gap at the back of the hood to allow heat out. And I know heat on a JK is a major issue. Absolutely. So that is a big benefit that's hidden. It don't have all the fancy louvers on the sides. It's actually hidden at the back. Man, that's fantastic. Well, I'm very excited to see this thing go from regular JK to full conversion, and we're going to be showing you sort of the overall process. But if they want to know more, they know how to find you now, and they can kind of make their JK not get lost in a parking lot anymore. And you can tell everybody you got a new Gladiator. Yeah, and you got a 2007, but it's a Gladiator. Yeah, it works. So cool. Well, we hope you guys like it. Check it out. You know how to find him, and let's get right into making this thing look like a Gladiator. Sounds good. A big preventative step in this whole process is tape to keep from scratching the paint. If you accidentally slip with the hood as you're taking it off, a little bit of time with tape will keep that from happening. And then, it's less work to do in the future.
One big factor, these brackets right here have a couple different options. You can cut them off or bend them down or trim the fender just a little bit. Whichever one you want to do. Takes about that much clearance. I'm gonna knock them down just a little bit for now. Then go back and deal with it later. So after removing the headlight, the bucket itself, if you try to pop off the clips, it generally breaks the bucket. So what I recommend doing is actually reaching on the inside and unscrewing the mounting screws from the inside and unscrew all three of them equally, and then you can reinstall it the same way and save yourself a headlight bucket. Here's the tricky part. It's crimped right here to give it a nice radius. The cowl is rounded itself. So you need to flatten that out. So you can take a simple pair of pliers and just squeeze it just a little bit and flatten those wrinkles out, and it will flatten the cowl out. And one of the biggest things about this conversion, because we're moving the fenders out, you have to actually push down the cowl right here while pulling out on the fender to relieve some of the stress of it, and it will actually shape to what the hood needs to be and relieve the stress of it. After you do that, put the bolts in it, and this is just a preliminary setup, because once you get the hood on it, then you use the adjustments to be able to make the difference on it. So one thing about this conversion, because I actually seam the conversion in underneath the hood latch here and still maintain the stock radius of the stock flare. So if you already have a set of aftermarket flares, I'm not saying all of them will work, but anything that works factory should work back on this kit. It's your preference on what you want the end result to look like. So when I started this project years ago, this was hanging on the wall. I wanted to put it to use. I had a JK, I wanted to make it happen. So one thing about my kit, you can use a factory grill or I have reproduction in fiberglass. But the original 62 to 73 grill will fit this kit. So if you find a stainless one, polish it up, or you can do painted, either way. But original grill will fit.